Kai had always been fascinated by the stars. Ever since he was a child, he would lie on the soft grass of his home planet, looking up at the twinkling lights in the night sky. He imagined distant worlds full of strange creatures, unknown civilizations, and secrets waiting to be discovered. Now, as a human explorer, he lived the dream he had once only imagined. He guided his small exploration ship through the uncharted sector of the galaxy known as the Zerathian Expanse. This area was famous among explorers for its breathtaking beauty and hidden dangers. Giant floating mountains drifted among purple clouds, glowing rivers cut through alien landscapes, and enormous trees towered above the ground, their leaves shimmering in every color imaginable. Yet beneath the beauty, danger lurked. Rogue asteroids, violent storms, and unknown predators made the sector risky for even the most experienced pilots. Kai's ship hummed steadily as he scanned the area for signs of life. His sensors detected a faint energy signature, unusual for this region. Curiosity stirred within him. Could be a settlement, or maybe a ship, he muttered to himself. He adjusted the controls, guiding the vessel toward the signal. As he approached, he saw it. A sleek alien ship, unlike anything he had ever seen, lay half buried in the glowing soil of Zerathia's surface. Its hull was cracked, and smoke rose in thin trails from its engines. It looked ancient yet advanced. The energy readings indicated that someone or something was still alive inside. Kai's instincts kicked in. He landed his ship carefully nearby, activating his survival suit before stepping out into the alien world. The air was breathable but carried a sweet, floral scent. Strange creatures with translucent wings moved gracefully among the trees, avoiding his presence. Kai's boots sank slightly into the soft, glowing soil as he approached the crashed ship. The closer he got, the more he noticed the fine details of its design. The metal surface shimmered with a subtle rainbow hue, and faint inscriptions covered the edges. This was not just a ship, it was a work of art, crafted with care and precision. Inside, the scene was chaotic. Lights flickered weakly, and small fires burned along the walls. And then he saw her. A young alien lay in the center of the room. Her skin had a soft blue glow, and her hair shimmered like liquid silver. Her eyes were closed, and her breathing was shallow, almost imperceptible. Even from a distance, Kai could feel the urgency of her condition. He knelt beside her, examining her injuries. Deep cuts ran across her arms and legs, and her chest rose and fell with great effort. She was alive, but barely. Kai's training told him that time was critical. He opened his medical kit and began working quickly, cleaning wounds and stabilizing her with a serum he had for emergencies. But nothing seemed to help. Her alien physiology was unlike anything he had encountered. Standard human treatments had little effect. "I need to do something else," Kai whispered to himself. His mind raced. He remembered an old research paper about the unique properties of human blood. Certain enzymes in it had universal healing potential in some alien species, though no one had tested it on a living being. The risk was high, but her life was at stake. Kai made a decision. He connected a small tube from his own blood supply to her body, watching carefully as it flowed into her veins. Immediately, a soft golden light spread across her skin. Her body shivered, and her eyes fluttered open. She gasped, her voice weak but musical, almost like a song. "Who are you?" she asked, struggling to speak. "Kai. I'm a human explorer," he replied gently. "You're going to be okay. I think this might help you." Her eyes widened as she looked at him. She tried to sit up but collapsed back onto the floor. Kai supported her, noticing something extraordinary. The blood he had given her did not just heal her wounds, it seemed to awaken something within her. Her injuries began closing completely, faster than anything he could have imagined. Her blue glow intensified, spreading in patterns across her skin. You saved me," she whispered, her voice growing stronger. "I am Princess Rena of Zarathea." Kai's eyes widened in surprise. "A princess? Your royalty?" Rena nodded weakly. I was attacked. My ship, my people. I do not know if they survived." Her voice trembled with fear and pain. Kai felt a surge of determination. "You're safe now. I'll help you. We'll find your people and make sure they are okay." Rena tried to sit up again, and Kai noticed something remarkable. She began to hum softly, and the hum grew into a melody that resonated in the room. The light around her pulsed in rhythm with the sound. Kai felt warmth in his chest, almost as if her energy was connecting to him. He realized that the human blood had not only healed her but also created a link between them. "You can feel it, can't you?" Rena asked, her eyes searching his. Kai nodded slowly. "Yes. It's like I can sense what you feel." Rena smiled faintly, her strength slowly returning. "This connection, it is rare. No Viralian has experienced it before. Perhaps, you were meant to find me." Kai's mind raced. He had always known humans were adaptable and resilient, but this was beyond anything he had imagined. He had never thought that one human could affect an alien species so profoundly. Suddenly, the door of the crashed ship hissed open. A group of Viralian guards entered, their weapons drawn. Their faces were a mixture of shock, anger, and confusion. "Princess Rena," one of them shouted. "You are alive." Rena tried to explain, but her strength was still returning. Kai stood protectively in front of her. "I helped her. She's alive because of me." The guards looked at Kai with suspicion. "A human? You dare touch the princess?" Kai held up his hands. "I only wanted to save her. Her life was in danger, and nothing else worked. You can see she is alive because of it." Rena looked at the guards, her eyes glowing faintly. "He saved me. And more than that, he has connected with me in a way no one else can. We must trust him." The guards hesitated, sensing the truth in her words. Slowly, they lowered their weapons, though their expressions remained wary. Kai felt the tension in the room ease slightly. As he helped Rena to her feet, she looked around at the damage to her ship. "We cannot stay here," she said. "The Dravans may still be near. We must return to Zarathea quickly." Kai nodded. "I can help. My ship is nearby, and I can fly us there safely." Rena's eyes shone with gratitude. "Thank you, Kai. I do not know how to repay you. Perhaps, one day, humans and Viralians will understand each other better because of this." Kai smiled. "That is all I hope for. Let's get you home first." As they stepped outside, the glow of Zarathea's forests surrounded them. The floating mountains shimmered in the distance, and the rivers reflected the light of three suns. Kai felt a mixture of awe and determination. He had found something extraordinary on this distant planet, a life that needed saving, a connection that defied worlds, and the beginning of a story that could change the galaxy. For the first time in his life, Kai realized that humans were not just explorers. They were capable of courage, compassion, and miracles that even the most advanced civilizations could not imagine. And as he helped Rena into his ship, he knew that this was only the beginning. The engines hummed to life, and the ship lifted from the glowing soil. Kai guided it carefully through the floating mountains, keeping a close eye on Rena. She leaned back, still recovering, and looked at him with trust and curiosity. "Tell me," she said softly, "how did you know that your blood could save me?" Kai shrugged, a small smile on his face. "I didn't. But I had to try. Sometimes, doing the right thing means taking a risk." Rena's glow pulsed brighter at his words, and Kai felt the bond between them strengthen. In that moment, he knew that humans had something unique to offer, not just technology or strength, but the courage to act when others might hesitate. As Zirathia's twin moons rose in the sky, Kai and Rena set a course for the capital. The journey ahead would be dangerous, full of unknown challenges and threats. But together, they carried hope, the hope that humans and Viralians could face anything when they trusted each other and fought for life itself. And as the stars stretched out before them, Kai could not help but feel that this was the start of something far greater than he had ever imagined. The journey to Zirathia's capital was long, but the air inside Kai's ship was calm. Princess Rena lay in a reclining chair, her body slowly regaining strength. Kai watched her carefully, noting every change in her glowing skin and subtle movements. The bond between them had grown since the moment he gave her blood. He could feel her thoughts and emotions, and she could sense his. "Why do I feel stronger?" Rena asked quietly, her voice curious and cautious. Her hands glowed faintly as she raised them, unsure of what was happening. Kai examined her hands. The glow was spreading, forming faint patterns that pulsed like a heartbeat. "I think the blood I gave you didn't just heal you," he said. "It awakened something in your body. Something powerful." Rena's eyes widened. "Powerful? What do you mean?" Kai took a deep breath. "I don't know exactly yet. But I feel it too. It's like we are connected in ways that are beyond normal. You might be able to do things no Viralian has done before." Rena stared at her glowing hands, then at Kai. "I don't know if I can control it," she admitted. "What if I hurt someone?" Kai shook his head. "We will figure it out. Together. You won't be alone in this." For hours, Rena experimented with small movements, focusing her thoughts on the light within her. She learned to make the glow flare slightly and then dim. It was subtle, but it was a start. Kai encouraged her, explaining that learning control was the first step toward mastering her newfound abilities. By the time Zirathia's capital appeared on the horizon, Rena had discovered another strange effect. When she concentrated, she could sense the environment around her. She could feel the flow of the rivers, the movement of the wind, and even the emotions of distant creatures. She looked at Kai with wide eyes. "This is amazing," she whispered. "I can feel the land, the people, everything." Kai smiled. "Humans have always had a way of adapting. It seems your body is learning from mine as well." The capital city was breathtaking. Towering spires of crystal and metal reflected the light of Zirathia's three suns. Airships floated gracefully above wide streets, and citizens of every shape and color moved about in harmony. Yet Kai noticed something unusual. Many of the Viralians stared at them as they landed, their expressions a mix of awe and suspicion. Rena's guards approached cautiously, bowing deeply. "Princess Rena," one said, "the council has been informed of your survival. They await your arrival at the palace." Rena nodded. "Thank you. Let us go." As they entered the palace, the atmosphere changed. The halls were grand, filled with glowing artwork and delicate sculptures. Viorlian officials, scholars, and nobles lined the corridors, whispering among themselves. Some stared at Kai with curiosity, others with doubt. Humans were rare here, and his presence was unusual. Rena led Kai to a chamber where the High Council of Zarathia awaited. The council members were tall, regal, and adorned in ceremonial robes. Their expressions were stern, and the air felt heavy with authority. Princess Rena, the head counselor said, his voice deep and measured, "We are relieved to see you alive. But we have many questions. How did you survive? Who is this human, and what has he done to you?" Rena stepped forward, her glow brightening slightly. "I was injured, and this human saved my life. His blood healed me when nothing else could. He risked everything to help me, and now we are connected in a way that cannot be broken." The council members exchanged glances, some skeptical, others intrigued. "Connected?" one asked. "Explain this, Princess." Rena concentrated briefly, and a soft pulse of light spread from her hands. The council members felt it in their chest, a warmth that made them pause. "We can feel each other," Rena said. "His presence gives me strength, and I can sense his thoughts and feelings. This connection, it is rare, perhaps unique." A murmur ran through the council. The head counselor frowned. "This is unprecedented. No human has ever interacted with a Viorlian in such a way. Are you certain this is safe?" Kai spoke calmly. "I understand your concern. But I only acted to save her life. The connection is real, but it does not harm anyone. It is a bond that allows us to help each other. That is all." The council remained silent for a moment, weighing his words. Finally, the head counselor nodded slowly. "Very well. You will stay under our observation for now. Princess, you must also learn to control these powers. They are dangerous if left unchecked." Rena bowed. "I understand. I will do everything I can." Over the next several days, Rena trained in a secluded chamber under Kai's guidance. At first, controlling the glowing energy within her was difficult. Every time she tried, it would flare unexpectedly, sending sparks across the room or causing objects to levitate. Kai remained patient, encouraging her and teaching her methods to focus. "You must visualize the energy as part of your body, not separate from it," Kai explained. "Breathe with it, feel it, and think about what you want it to do. Start small. Do not rush." Rena nodded and tried again. Slowly, the glow stabilized. She could lift small objects with her mind, move them gently, and release them without harm. Each success made her confidence grow. Kai noticed that as she learned, the bond between them deepened. He could feel her joy and pride, and she could feel his encouragement and determination. One evening, as the twin moons rose over the palace, Rena sat quietly by the window. She looked at the glowing city below and spoke softly. "Kai, do you think this bond could be dangerous?" Kai sat beside her. "Anything powerful can be dangerous if misused. But you are learning control. And we will face challenges together. Humans have always survived when others thought it impossible. That is something special about us." Rena smiled faintly. "I see now. Humans are brave, even in the face of the unknown. I am beginning to understand that. And I am glad you are here with me." Kai felt a warmth in his chest. "I am glad too. And remember, this is only the beginning. The Dravans are still out there. We do not know what they plan, but I promise we will be ready." Suddenly, an alert sounded through the palace. The council chamber doors opened, and a messenger hurried in. Princess Rena. We have received reports. A Dravan scout ship has been detected near Zarathia's outer sector. They are preparing for an attack. Rena's eyes widened. Her glow intensified automatically. She stood quickly, a mixture of fear and determination on her face. We cannot wait any longer. We must prepare the defenses and warn our people. Kai placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. We will face them together. Your powers and our strategy can give your people a chance. The council members gathered quickly, organizing the city's defenses. Airships were readied, shields reinforced, and communication lines strengthened. Rena focused, sensing the energy of the city and its people. She could feel their fear, their courage, and their hope. The bond with Kai amplified her senses, allowing her to see the city's strengths and weaknesses with clarity. For the first time, she realized the true potential of what had happened when Kai saved her life. Humans were not just strong or clever, they were adaptable, courageous, and capable of inspiring others to rise above despair. The thought filled her with a new sense of purpose. Kai watched as Rena took her first steps as a leader. Her movements were confident, and her glow illuminated the council chamber, inspiring everyone present. This is just the beginning, he whispered to himself. If humans can connect with a single alien in this way, imagine what we could achieve together across the stars. As the night deepened and the Dravan threat loomed closer, Kai and Rena prepared themselves for the challenges ahead. The bond they shared would guide them, but it would also be tested in ways they could not yet imagine. Rena's powers were awakening, and with Kai's guidance, she was learning to control them. Yet, the danger was real. The Dravans were known for their cunning and cruelty, and they would not hesitate to destroy anything in their path. Kai placed a hand on the console, scanning the skies. We are ready for them, he said firmly. But we must be smart, not just strong. Your abilities, my knowledge, and the courage of your people, together, we have a chance to survive. Rena nodded. I will not fail. We will not fail. The bond that saved me will guide us, and I will protect my people with everything I have. And as the twin moons of Zarathia shone brightly above the city, the first signs of a new era began. A human and a Virlian princess, connected by courage, trust, and a miraculous bond, would soon face a test that could change the destiny of two worlds. The skies over Zarathia glowed with the light of the twin moons, but the city below was tense. Rumors of a Dravan invasion had spread quickly, and every citizen, from guards to scholars, worked tirelessly to prepare. Kai and Rena moved through the palace corridors with purpose, coordinating the city's defenses while quietly observing the mood of the people. Rena's powers were growing stronger each day. The energy that had awakened within her after Kai's blood flowed more smoothly now, and she could control it with greater precision. She had learned to manipulate small elements of the environment, lifting objects, generating bursts of light, and even sensing distant movements. Yet, she remained cautious. The council had warned her that her abilities were unprecedented, and misuse could be dangerous. Kai walked beside her, monitoring her progress and offering guidance. You are doing well, he said. Remember, control is more important than strength. Use your mind as much as your power. Rena nodded. I understand. But what worries me is the Dravans. They are not just any invaders. They are clever, ruthless, and have technology we have never seen. Kai's eyes narrowed. That is true. But humans have faced similar threats before. We rely on our wits, our teamwork, and our ability to adapt. That is something the Dravans will not expect. Rena's glow pulsed faintly as she listened. I feel different when I am near you. I can sense your confidence, your determination. It helps me focus. Kai smiled. That's the bond we share. It makes us stronger. Not just in power, but in heart. Remember that when the time comes. The council called an emergency meeting that evening. High-ranking officials, military leaders, and strategists gathered in the Grand Chamber. Holographic maps displayed the Dravan fleet approaching from the outer sector, their ships sleek, dark, and menacing. The head counselor spoke first. The Dravans have already taken several minor outposts. They are advancing quickly. We must decide whether to engage them or evacuate the population. Our forces may not be enough to hold them off. Rena stepped forward, her glow brightening. We cannot run. If we do, the Dravans will destroy everything we have built. I can help. My abilities give us an advantage we have never had before. The council murmured among themselves. Some members looked skeptical, while others whispered in awe. The head counselor raised his hand to silence them. Princess, your abilities are remarkable, but untested in real combat. Are you certain you are ready? Rena took a deep breath. I am. With Kai's guidance and our people's courage, we can defend Zarathia. The Dravans will not expect what we can do. Kai stepped forward as well. I will help. We will combine Viralian technology with human strategy. Together, we can outsmart them. After a long discussion, the council reluctantly agreed. The city's defenses were mobilized, and Rena began intensive training with her forces. She learned to use her energy to reinforce shields, direct attacks, and communicate with soldiers across distances. Her abilities became a force multiplier, boosting the confidence and effectiveness of everyone around her. Kai worked tirelessly alongside her. He taught the Viralians about human tactics, ambushes, decoys, and coordinated attacks. He showed them how to use the terrain to their advantage and how to anticipate the enemy's moves. Rena absorbed everything, combining it with her unique powers to create strategies no one had imagined. Despite their progress, there were setbacks. One day, during a training session, Rena attempted a powerful energy projection that went out of control. It caused a small shockwave, knocking several trainees off their feet. Kai rushed to her side. Careful, he said, helping her steady herself. You have power, but you must always control it. Precision matters more than strength. Rena nodded, her glow dimming slightly. I understand. I just want to be ready. I want to protect everyone. Kai placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. And you will. That desire to protect is what makes you strong, not just the energy inside you. As the days passed, Rena's confidence grew, and so did her powers. She could now manipulate larger areas, sense distant enemies, and even influence the environment subtly to aid her soldiers. Kai watched in awe. Humans were known for adaptability, but the bond they shared had unlocked something extraordinary in her. Then, one morning, alarms blared throughout the city. The Dravan fleet had arrived, dark ships blotting out the horizon. Citizens ran to shelters, while soldiers prepared for battle. The council gathered, tense and uncertain. Rena stood at the balcony of the palace, her glow illuminating the city. We will face them, she declared. We will protect our people. Kai, are you ready? Kai nodded, determination in his eyes. I've never been more ready. Let's show them what humans and Viralians can do together. The battle began with the Dravans launching a barrage of energy blasts at the city. Rena concentrated, raising her hands. A shield of light spread across the capital, absorbing the attacks. Soldiers moved strategically, guided by Kai's instructions and Rena's energy, countering the Dravan strikes with precision. The Dravans were caught off guard. They had expected an easy conquest, but the city fought back intelligently. Rena focused, sensing weak points in the enemy formation. She directed bursts of energy, disabling several ships without harming their crews. Kai coordinated the soldiers to flank the remaining ships, using the terrain and the floating mountains as cover. Amid the chaos, Rena noticed a Dravan warship moving toward the palace directly. She rushed forward, lifting her energy in a powerful surge. The ship faltered, its course diverted, but the effort drained her temporarily. Kai rushed to her side, offering support. "You're doing great," he said. "Just keep focusing. We can handle this together." Rena nodded, catching her breath. She looked at the soldiers, the citizens, and Kai, realizing the bond they shared had given them all strength. The Dravans were powerful, but they had not faced unity, courage, and intelligence combined with a unique force unlike anything they had seen. The battle continued for hours. Rena's powers allowed the defenders to anticipate attacks and respond quickly. Kai's strategies outsmarted the enemy at every turn. Slowly, the Dravans began to retreat, their ships damaged and disorganized. Finally, the skies cleared. The city had survived. Citizens emerged from shelters, cheering for their princess and the human who had helped her. Rena stood with Kai, exhausted but triumphant, her glow fading as she regained her strength. The council approached, their expressions a mix of relief and admiration. "Princess Rena," the head counselor said, "you and this human have saved Zarathea. Your leadership and courage are unmatched." Rena smiled faintly. "We did it together. Kai's guidance and the bravery of our people made this possible." Kai shook his head. "It was your strength that led them. I just helped." Rena looked at him, her eyes glowing softly. "No, Kai. It was more than that. Your courage, your ideas, your willingness to act when others hesitated, those are human qualities that made all the difference. I can feel it in every part of the city." As the sun rose over Zarathea, painting the sky with warm colors, Rena and Kai walked through the streets, witnessing the citizens rebuilding and celebrating their survival. The bond between human and Viralien had proven itself not just in healing, but in courage, strategy, and unity. Yet, even in victory, Rena knew that the Dravans would not give up easily. They were relentless, and their technology far advanced. But she also knew that humans brought something unique to the galaxy: determination, adaptability, and the courage to act when others hesitated. Kai placed a hand on her shoulder. "This is only the beginning. The Dravans may come back, stronger than before. But we will be ready. We have something they cannot understand." Rena nodded, her glow returning slightly as she felt the energy within her. "We have each other. And with that, we will face anything that comes." As the city of Zarathea recovered and preparations began for the future, Kai and Rena realized that their bond had become a symbol of hope. Humans and Viralians, together, could overcome even the most advanced and ruthless foes. And the story of their alliance would echo across the stars, a testament to courage, unity, and the extraordinary potential of human determination. The skies above Zarathea were tense and heavy with anticipation. The Dravan fleet, dark and menacing, had returned, larger and more organized than before. Kai and Rena stood on the balcony of the palace, overlooking the capital city. Thousands of Viralians moved swiftly through the streets, preparing defenses and readying airships for the coming attack. Rina's glow pulsed steadily, reflecting her determination. Her powers had grown even stronger since the first skirmish, but the scale of this threat tested her limits. She could sense the movements of the Dravan ships, their energy signatures, and the intentions of the commanders, but she knew the real challenge was coordinating the entire city to respond effectively. Kai adjusted his tactical display, pointing out the positions of enemy forces. "They've learned from the last battle," he said. "We need to anticipate their moves, but also create traps they won't see coming." Rina nodded, her hands glowing as she concentrated. "We will need to work together. I can guide our forces, but you will be their strategist. Everyone will need to act as one." As the Dravan fleet approached, the first wave of ships unleashed a barrage of energy blasts toward the city. Rina raised her hands, creating a shield of radiant light that absorbed the attacks. Sparks danced across the surface, and the ground trembled slightly under the force of the enemy fire. Soldiers moved behind her shield, following Kai's instructions, and launched counterattacks with precision. The Dravans were skilled, but they had underestimated the combination of Rina's powers and Kai's human strategies. He directed the Viralian airships to flank the enemy while Rina disrupted their formations with controlled bursts of energy. Ships that had seemed invincible fell into disarray, unable to maintain formation against the unpredictable tactics. Rina felt a surge of energy within her. She focused on a group of Dravan warships approaching the palace directly. The energy flowed through her hands and into the air, creating a barrier that deflected the incoming fire. One ship tried to break through, but she concentrated further, and a beam of light shot from her hands, striking the vessel and forcing it to retreat. Kai's voice was steady, guiding both Rina and the soldiers. "Focus on their patterns. They rely on repetition. Anticipate and adapt. Use the terrain. Remember, they do not know our strengths." The battle raged across the city and skies. Viralian forces moved in perfect coordination, their movements synchronized with Rina's energy pulses. Kai observed everything carefully, issuing commands and adjusting tactics as the enemy shifted. Each time a Dravan ship tried to exploit a weakness, Rina countered, using her powers to shield, block, or redirect attacks. Yet, despite their success, danger was everywhere. One of the largest Dravan cruisers broke through the outer defenses and headed toward the palace. Rina and Kai rushed to intercept it. She concentrated, drawing energy from the environment, while Kai directed soldiers and airships to support her. The cruiser fired a massive energy beam directly at the palace gates. Rina raised her hands, channeling all her strength into a protective barrier. The beam collided with her energy, creating a shockwave that rattled the city and sent debris flying. She struggled to maintain control, feeling her strength waver. Kai ran to her side. "You can do it, Rina. Focus on the rhythm, not the force. Control it, don't push it too hard." Rina took a deep breath and visualized the energy flowing smoothly. Slowly, the shock wave stabilized, and the beam was deflected into the air, exploding harmlessly above the city. Citizens and soldiers cheered, inspired by her control and courage. But the battle was far from over. More Dravan ships appeared on the horizon, moving in tighter formations. They had learned from the first waves and were now coordinating attacks, making it difficult to anticipate their strategies. Kai called the council. "We need to split their forces. Use decoys and feints. Rina, I need you to focus on the strongest ships while I manage the rest." Rina nodded. her glow intensified, and she reached out with her mind and energy, sensing the flow of the battlefield. She could feel weak points in the enemy ships, areas where their energy shields were thinner, and moments when their weapons were recharging. She directed precise bursts of energy at these points, disabling several ships in quick succession. Meanwhile, Kai directed the Virelian airships to take advantage of the openings. They moved swiftly, striking from above and below, forcing the Dravans to scatter. The combination of Rena's powers and Kai's strategy created chaos in the enemy fleet, turning the tide of the battle. During the fight, Kai noticed one of the Dravan commanders attempting a direct assault on the palace with a heavily armed ship. "Rena, that cruiser is too close," he shouted. Rena focused on the approaching ship. Energy surged through her hands, and a beam of radiant light shot forward, striking the cruiser and slowing its advance. But the ship's shields were strong, and the attack only bought time. Kai quickly devised a plan. "We'll need a coordinated strike. I'll direct the airships to surround it. You focus your energy on its weak points, and we hit it simultaneously." Rena nodded. She could feel the energy within her building, synchronized with Kai's commands. The airships moved into position, creating a circle around the cruiser. At the exact moment, Rena released a concentrated beam at its shields while the airships fired volleys of energy. The cruiser trembled under the combined assault and finally exploded in a brilliant flash. The victory was celebrated briefly, but the battle continued. The Dravans were relentless, sending more ships and soldiers to attack the city. Rena and Kai worked tirelessly, coordinating the defenses, guiding the soldiers, and using their bond to anticipate the enemy's movements. Hours passed like minutes. The sun rose, casting light over a city still standing but scarred by battle. Rena's glow was dimming, her energy nearly spent from sustaining shields and attacks for so long. Kai noticed her fatigue and stepped closer. "You need to rest," he said firmly. "You can't fight alone forever." Rena shook her head. "I cannot stop now. The Dravans may still be out there. If I rest, our people could be in danger." Kai placed a hand on her shoulder. "I understand. But I am here with you. Let me help. We are stronger together." Rena took a deep breath, letting him guide her energy while she focused on directing the city's defenses. The bond between them strengthened, allowing her to continue even when her strength wavered. Citizens and soldiers, inspired by her courage and Kai's leadership, fought with renewed determination. Finally, as the last Dravan ships retreated into the distance, the city was safe. Zarathia had survived the full-scale assault. Citizens emerged from shelters, cheering for their princess and the human who had led them to victory. Soldiers saluted, exhausted but proud. Rena stood at the balcony, her glow faint but steady. Kai was beside her, tired but smiling. "We did it," he said softly. Rena looked at him, her eyes filled with gratitude and admiration. "We did it together. Your guidance, courage, and ideas, they made all the difference." Kai shook his head. "No, it was your strength and your willingness to lead. I only helped you see it. Humans and Virelians, together, are unstoppable." The head counselor approached, his expression a mix of relief and awe. "Princess Rena, Kai, you have saved Zarathia. Your courage, intelligence, and cooperation have proven that humans are not just allies, but equals in battle. This day will be remembered for generations." Rena smiled faintly. "It is not just me or Kai. It is everyone who fought, who believed in each other. That is what made victory possible." Kai nodded. And we will continue to fight together, if needed. The Dravans may return, but we will be ready. Humans do not give up easily. As the city began rebuilding and citizens celebrated, Rena and Kai walked through the streets, witnessing the gratitude and hope in the faces of the people. The bond they shared had been tested under fire and proven strong. It was no longer just a connection between two individuals, it had become a symbol of unity, courage, and the extraordinary potential of human determination. Even in victory, Rena knew that challenges remained. The Dravans were clever and would likely return with new strategies. But she also knew that humans brought something unique to the galaxy: courage, adaptability, and the willingness to act when others hesitated. Kai placed a hand on her shoulder as they looked out over the recovering city. The battle is over for now, but the war is not. We must prepare, learn, and grow stronger. Together, we can face anything. Rena nodded. We will. The bond that saved me will guide us. And we will protect Zarathea, no matter the cost. As the twin moons shone brightly over the city, the first steps toward a new era began. Humans and Virlians, united by courage, intelligence, and trust, had proven that even against a superior enemy, determination and teamwork could turn the tide of fate. Kai looked at Rena, his heart steady. This is only the beginning. We will face more challenges, but nothing can stop us when we fight together. Rena's glow pulsed once more, steady and strong. Yes, together. And we will ensure that our worlds, and the people we care about, are safe. The Battle of Zarathea had ended, but the story of human courage, Virlian strength, and the extraordinary bond between Kai and Rena was only beginning. The city of Zarathea slowly returned to normal. Streets once filled with fear and chaos now hummed with activity. Citizens repaired damaged buildings, rebuilt marketplaces, and helped neighbors recover from the destruction. The glow of Princess Rena's energy could be seen faintly across the city, a symbol of hope and unity. Kai walked beside her, observing the recovery and the pride in the people's eyes. Everything is coming back, Rena said softly, her hands still glowing faintly. I never imagined we could survive something like that. Kai smiled. You did more than survive. You led your people, controlled powers no one thought possible, and inspired everyone around you. Humans and Virlians together can achieve great things. Rena looked at him, her eyes reflecting a mix of gratitude and admiration. Kai, I owe my life to you. Not just because you saved me, but because you helped me see the strength within myself. I feel stronger than ever before. Kai shook his head. You had that strength all along. I just helped you believe in it. That is something humans do well. We see potential and encourage it. The High Council of Zarathea gathered in the palace once more. Their expressions were serious, but their tone was respectful and full of curiosity. Princess Rena, Human Kai, the head counselor began, you have shown us the extraordinary value of unity between species. Your courage, leadership, and cooperation have proven that humans are allies unlike any we have known. Rena bowed gracefully. Thank you. But it is not just me or Kai. Every citizen, every soldier, played a role. We acted together, and that is why we survived. The council members exchanged nods. One of the younger members stepped forward. Princess, we have been discussing the future. The Dravans may return. Zarathea must be prepared not only to defend itself but to expand cooperation with other species. With Kai's guidance, we believe humans can teach us new strategies and technologies that will ensure lasting peace. Kai felt a surge of pride. I will do everything I can to help. Humans have always adapted and learned from challenges. Together, we can build a future where Viralians and humans trust each other and defend what is important. Rena's glow brightened at his words. Yes. We must teach our people that unity is strength. We must explore the universe together, not just as allies, but as partners. In the weeks that followed, Zarathea transformed. Humans and Viralians worked side by side. Kai introduced new training techniques for the soldiers, combining human tactics with Viralian energy-based abilities. The soldiers adapted quickly, learning to anticipate attacks and respond with precision. Rena continued to refine her powers, guided by Kai. She learned to extend her energy over longer distances, communicate subtly with soldiers in battle, and even enhance the strength and courage of those around her. Her connection with Kai allowed her to sense threats before they arrived, making their forces nearly unbeatable. Despite the calm, Rena and Kai knew that the Dravans were still a looming threat. Scouts reported occasional Dravan movements near the outer sectors, hinting at plans for another invasion. Rena decided it was time to take a proactive approach. We cannot wait for the Dravans to strike again, she said to Kai. We must explore the surrounding systems, establish alliances, and show strength before they return. Kai nodded. Agreed. Humans have always believed that knowledge and preparation are as important as courage. We will travel, learn, and build a network of allies. That way, Zarathea will never stand alone again. Rena smiled faintly. Then we will begin the first mission together. You, me, and a team of Viralians. We will explore new worlds, share knowledge, and ensure our people are safe. Preparations for the mission began immediately. Ships were repaired and upgraded, combining human and Viralian technology. Rena trained with her powers, pushing herself further than ever before. Kai guided her, teaching her how to balance strength and strategy, instinct and control. During one training session, Rena lifted massive stones from the training ground, forming protective barriers and moving obstacles with ease. She focused on precision and control, using her powers in ways that were almost artistic. Kai observed, impressed by how far she had come. You've grown stronger than I imagined, he said. And not just in power. Your leadership, your courage, and your mind have all grown. Rena nodded, a faint smile on her lips. I feel it too. Humans have a way of seeing possibilities, Kai. Being with you has taught me to believe in things I never thought possible. Kai laughed softly. And I have learned from you as well. Viralians have resilience and grace that humans often lack. Together, we are better than either of us alone. When the day of the first exploratory mission arrived, citizens gathered to watch the departure. Rena and Kai stood at the helm of the main ship, ready to lead a team into uncharted space. Rena's glow pulsed, a beacon of hope and strength. Remember, Kai said, looking at her, we may face dangers we cannot predict. But as long as we work together, we can overcome anything. Rena nodded firmly. Yes. We will protect our people, explore new worlds, and show that unity is our greatest strength. As the ship lifted off, the city cheered. Humans and Viralians waved, and a sense of pride filled the air. Kai and Rena looked at each other, their bond stronger than ever. They knew that the universe was vast, full of challenges and wonders, but together they could face anything. During the journey, Rena discovered new aspects of her abilities. She could sense the emotions and intentions of distant beings, detect environmental changes, and even subtly influence small areas of matter to assist in navigation and repairs. Kai taught her to combine strategy with intuition, using her powers not just for defense but for clever solutions to complex problems. Their first mission led them to a planet rich in resources, home to a small, intelligent species struggling to survive. Rena used her powers to stabilize the environment and protect the inhabitants from natural dangers. Kai coordinated with the locals, teaching them ways to improve their defenses and adapt to the planet's unique conditions. The success of this mission brought new respect and trust between humans and Viralians. Word spread across the galaxy of the princess who had survived the Dravans and the human who had guided her. Alliances began forming, and Zarathia's reputation as a strong, united civilization grew. Back on Zarathia, citizens worked together to build stronger cities, improve technology, and prepare for the possibility of future threats. Rena shared her experiences with the council, emphasizing the value of cooperation, training, and understanding. Kai continued to teach strategies and human ingenuity, ensuring that the Viralians could adapt to any challenge. One evening, as the twin moons rose over Zarathia, Rena and Kai stood on the palace balcony, overlooking the city. The lights of the streets shimmered below, reflecting the progress and hope of the people. Kai, Rena said softly, I cannot thank you enough. You did not just save my life, you showed me the potential of humans, the value of courage, and the strength of connection. Together, we have created something greater than either of us alone. Kai smiled, placing a hand on her shoulder. It was never just me, Rena. It was our bond, our teamwork, and the courage of everyone around us. Humans have always believed in possibilities, and you believed in them too. That is why we succeeded. Rena looked at the horizon, her glow reflecting the moons above. Then we will continue. We will explore, learn, and protect. Humans and Viralians together can achieve anything. Kai nodded. Yes, together. And this is only the beginning. The universe is vast, full of mysteries and challenges, but also opportunities. With courage, intelligence, and unity, we can face them all. As the city slept, Kai and Rena knew that their bond, formed in the heat of battle, would guide them and their people through the challenges to come. Humans and Viralians, once strangers from different worlds, had become partners, allies, and friends. Their story, a testament to bravery, unity, and the extraordinary potential of collaboration, would inspire generations to come. The Dravans remained a distant threat, but the lesson was clear. Strength alone was not enough. Unity, courage, and trust could overcome even the greatest dangers. Zarathia had survived because humans and Viralians had worked together, and now the galaxy would see what they could achieve when they stood side by side. Kai and Rena watched the twin moons fade into dawn, ready to lead their people into a new era. One of exploration, peace, and preparation. One of courage, innovation, and hope. One where humans and Viralians, together, could face any challenge the universe presented. And as the first rays of the sun touched the city, a quiet promise echoed between them, an unspoken vow that their bond would continue to guide them, protect their people, and shape the future for generations across the stars. The galaxy was vast, and the adventures ahead were unknown, but Kai and Rena, together, would ensure that hope, courage, and unity remain the strongest force in the universe.